The customer really is the one. They're not just the buyer. They really are the co-creator, right? Like, we want a sense of community. We want them to be involved. And that's what helps grow the brand more than ever, you know? So the customers are a huge role in our day-to-day operation and the decisions that we make.
The reason I'm asking you that is because I'm going to now get on a pedestal and preach to everyone that they need to do more customer surveys. They need to do more. They need to do more customer interviews.
Yes.
They need to. It's wild to me the amount of businesses that we consult with that like haven't asked their customers any questions recently, and I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
Like, if they buy from you, they like you, they're going to answer some questions. Honest Ecommerce is a weekly podcast where we interview direct-to-consumer brand founders and leaders to find out what it takes to start, grow, and scale an online business today. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Honest Ecommerce. Today, I'm welcoming to the show Tamara Coleman. She is the founder of Bistro, and she has built one of the fastest-growing natural pet brands in the country. Tamara, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Chase. Thanks for having me today. I'm looking forward to chatting with you.
Absolutely. So what is kind of like the products you're bringing to market over there at Bistro? What was like the flagship product?
So we make peanut butter for dogs. It's called Buddy Butter, and it's all natural. There's no hydrogenated oils, palm oils, artificial sugars or salts. And that's what we launched with. We launched with Gentle Cooked Meals, and that changed, which I'll get into that with you. But now we have the peanut butter.
Absolutely. Well, that's a perfect segue to take me back to the beginning. I guess that the peanut butter wasn't the first product. So where did the idea for the company come from? And then I guess the first product and how that pivot all work out?
Bistro launched in 2018. It launched with food for dogs. Was doing Gentle Cooked Meals, had a local regional distributor in South Florida, and teamed up with a meal prep company. And then COVID happened. We got hit with the pandemic. So we were priced out of the market. Proteins, produce skyrocketed. And I was already working on peanut butters in the background. I wanted to expand on our assortment and start adding treats to the food. But at that point, I pivoted. I shelved the food. I moved into peanut butter out of no choice. And it was scary because I'd already dedicated 2 years of my life to the Gentle Cooked Meals. But launched the peanut butters. It ended up being the best decision of my life. And from there, like, everything has come in layers. When we launched the peanut butters, the first 6 months, there were no sales because it was in the height of COVID. At that time, I decided to drive the coast. We drove from Florida to Georgia to South Carolina, door knocking, introducing the peanut butter to retailers. And 2 weeks later, I was doing follow-up calls. And I'm like, what is your thoughts? I was hoping for some orders were going to come through. And I was met with a lot of, no, I'm just not interested, not right now. But the common theme question was, do you sell on Amazon or Chewy? And at the time, we were not online. We were not an e-commerce brand yet. We had it on our website. But again, there was really no traffic to the website. It was a new product launch. So finally, out of frustration, I asked the last retailer, I'm like, why does everyone keep asking this question? And they're like, well, if we bring the product in and we put it on our shelf and our customer comes in and discovers the product and then they turn around and purchase it, the next time on Amazon or Chewy or online, we lose the sale. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, this is like a dinosaur way of thinking. Of course, the small retailer can't compete with e-commerce, but why would you potentially not bring a product in that's going to sell and instead of worrying about them purchasing it online at a later date? And I'm like, they're loyal to you. They're loyal to your store. They like shopping small. I mean, these were all of my thoughts, right? So it was at that time I knew we have to go online. And I fought for 2 weeks to get this listed onto Amazon. And it was relentless. I kept getting denied. There was like, they don't tell you why. It was a guessing game. And then I got our original 4 SKUs listed on Amazon. The first month, June of 2019, we had done $200 in sales. And I was ecstatic because I was like, oh my gosh, we're finally making sales, right? Short 6 months later, fast forward to December of 2019, and we were already doing over 8,000 a month. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. What the retailer did not understand, the customer did. The consumer wanted it. There was a demand for the product. And from there, it's just kept growing. We're now in over 15,000 stores. So the retailers now call us. We've expanded our footprint online. So we're D2C, we're e-commerce, third-party platforms, Amazon, Chewy, Thrive, iHerb, Target, Walmart, etc. And we just broke into grocery, Sprouts, Fresh Market, Mother's Market, which is a huge milestone for us. We're excited. We want to become a household name. But yeah, the product, what was scary in the beginning, pivoting to the peanut butters, has turned out to be amazing. And it's all due to us going online in e-commerce. We tried the retail route first, but e-commerce really is what launched the product and got us in front of all of these eyes.
Absolutely. I've got about a dozen follow-up questions for you. The first one being, as you're kind of developing the peanut butter in the background, where did that idea come from? Was it just like, you know, this would be a good complement to what we're already doing? Or did you have, you know, a customer ask for it? Just like, I always like asking, where did the idea for the product come from?
Yeah, so I was already making peanut butters in my own kitchen for my dogs. I wanted something natural that wasn't the traditional legacy brands that exist on the grocery aisle, tend to have like harmful ingredients or stabilizers. I was doing it because I was giving my dogs had to take medication regularly, right? So I wanted something to give them their medicine. They detect it in food. Eventually they detect it in cheese. And peanut butter was one of those things that actually mask the flavor of the pill or the smell of the pill. So that's where it started. But it turns out, after research, peanut butter is one of the number one search terms for dogs, right? Whether it's a peanut butter treat, whether it's a peanut butter cookie, just peanut butter in general. And no one had marketed peanut butter specifically to dogs yet. So we wanted to reimagine what already existed, you know, a household good commodity. It's been around forever, but let's make it better for you. Let's make it healthy. Let's leave out all the stabilizers, and then we can add beneficial ingredients like superfoods. So that is exactly what Buddy Butter is. There's no harmful ingredients, and it has superfoods in it, which are good for your dog. And that's how it launched. That's how it happened.
Do you know what's going on with Klaviyo? When is the last time you explored what it can do? Klaviyo has been shipping tons of new AI, data, and automation features designed to help e-commerce teams move faster, personalize better, and automate more of the work that used to take entire teams. Most brands are only using a fraction of what is already inside their Klaviyo account. Klaviyo is not just email and SMS anymore. It is your customer data platform, your lifecycle marketing engine, your analytics layer, and now your AI-assisted execution layer all in one place. That means your customer data updates in real time. Your segments stay current automatically. Your flows and campaigns all run off the same source of truth. And now AI can help predict churn risk, forecast spend, recommend next best products, generate campaign content, and optimize send timing across channels. The big unlock is speed and efficiency. There are fewer tools to manage, less dependency on engineering, less time moving data between systems, and a lower total cost of ownership across your marketing stack. And brands are seeing real results from leaning further into Klaviyo. Dollar Shave Club has reported over 30% reduction in total CRM stack costs after consolidating onto Klaviyo. Brands like Third Love have seen a 15x ROI from SMS after consolidating channels, and companies like Corksicle have grown flow revenue over 90% after bringing email and SMS together inside Klaviyo. Across our customer base, almost every single brand we work with today is using Klaviyo. That is just where serious e-commerce customer data and lifecycle infrastructures are living these days. If you're already on Klaviyo, but you feel like you're not getting everything you can out of it, or you're just running multiple tools and want to simplify without losing power, I think this is worth your time. You should head on over to klaviyo.com/honest to learn more. That's KLAVIYO.com/honest to learn more about what Klaviyo can do for you today. You said that you did some market research and you found out about the volume of these search terms. Was that before you kind of dove in more heavy, or was that just validating to find out or after you'd already put in some of this work?
It was more validation after the work was already in. It just started looking and doing my research, looking online, and no one was doing the peanut butter specifically for dogs. Like, people still go buy the legacy brands and give it to their dogs, but no one had reimagined it and specifically marketed it towards dogs. And
Oh, I'll admit I was guilty until I met you, and now I've got some on the way. So
that's it. And then, when I was looking online, the biggest thing too, if you're looking for a product that you're going to jump in, especially on like a third party platform such as an Amazon, there's saturation of everything that exists. There was no saturation. No one was doing it. Now, since then, there's a lot of brands that have popped up, but we were the first. We are the biggest still today at what we do.
I want to talk about the choice to go online and the choice to embrace Amazon. I feel like there's a lot of negativity about launching into Amazon or into third-party marketplaces because it's not your customer. So walk me through, having that moment where like, all right, we're going to try direct to consumer, and you chose Amazon over, potentially owning your own audience and going that route. Just what was your thought process and why did you choose? Obviously it worked out, so you made the right choice.
Yeah. Literally the number one question when I was speaking to some of these retailers was, are you on Amazon or Chewy? The first 6 months didn't have sales, right? That was just to our own platform. I wasn't sure how to get all the traffic there yet, other than like ads, social media posting. But I knew Amazon, we were going to get in front of all these eyeballs, and that was going to help us expand faster. And Amazon still is a big partner today. They are pay to play. Everyone knows. When I first started, I was spending $10 a day, $300 a month on advertising. And I was like hyperventilating, thinking, oh my gosh, we really have to start making these sales. This is a lot of money. Today, fast forward, we're spending 7 figures advertising. So they are more pay to play than they have ever been. But the sales match the ad spend, so it works out. But if it was because of Amazon that we were able to get in front of these retailers, it was because of Amazon that we got the traction that we have today. So I do, whether you like them or hate them, Amazon still plays a big role today in what we do.
Hey everybody, just a quick reminder, please like this video and subscribe if you haven't. We're releasing interviews like this every week, so don't miss out. Now back to the interview. So I've always had this thought around direct-to-consumer brands that like when you hit a certain amount of sales, you get this kind of economy of scale where your production costs actually get a little bit lower because you're doing things in so much volume and it produces a little bit more margin. So was going into Amazon with just all of those eyeballs on your product, did it help you hit that economy of scale a bit faster in your opinion?
Yes. So going on to Amazon definitely helped us hit that. Like I said, we have seen 40 to 60% growth year over year now. And that is like happened due to us being on Amazon. So every year that we've been on there, yes, our margins have improved. Our cost of goods go down. We self-manufacture our own product, which also helps. A lot of brands use co-packers. So our margins continue to improve just because we are the manufacturer of our own product. And this company has been bootstrapped from day one. I grew it on my credit card, with my Discover card. And then also because of the growth with Amazon, after you reach a certain threshold, they were offering loans and they were doing it against your sales, right? So I took 3 different loans through the years from Amazon and paid them all back. And they really ended up helping us also remain bootstrapped, remain control of our margins, remain control of everything that we were already doing and had in place with manufacturing and quality and consistency.
Hey, store owners. Do you know how profitable your last big decision was on your Shopify store? Most testing tools make it easy to measure design changes, small tweaks, headlines, layouts, button colors. But what about the decisions that really move the business? Pricing changes, shipping rates, discount strategy, even new apps and tools. Those are usually left to gut feel. Intelligems brings CRO-level clarity to decisions that live beyond the page. Brands like Ridge, Jones Road, and True Classics are using Intelligems to test pricing, offers, shipping, and more, and see exactly how each choice impacts profit. Momofuku used Intelligems to test multiple promotional offers ahead of Black Friday and identify the version that ultimately increased profit by about 28%. Mott and Bo used Intelligems to run structured pricing and offer tests that helped drive roughly a 30% increase in incremental profit. Dossier used Intelligems to run site-wide testing that resulted in about a 7.4% increase in profit per visitor across their store. They have a bunch more case studies on their website. I'm a big fan of Intelligems. We use Intelligems to test major site changes, new theme launches, and throughout ongoing CRO work. So when we are making decisions around design, pricing, offers, etc., we can be confident that those changes are actually driving more profit for our clients. So before you start changing pricing, promos, and major site experiences across your store all willy-nilly, you should probably test it first. If you're ready to decide confidently and grow profitably, head on over to intelligems.io. That's INTELLIGEMS.io and use code HONEST for 10% off your first 3 months. That's intelligems.io. Use code HONEST. You mentioned earlier that Amazon helped you get into these other marketplaces and third-party kind of retailers. Was it just like the data and the velocity, you kind of just went, hey, look, this is how it works on Amazon to these other people, and they went, okay.
Yeah, kind of, actually. I mean, Amazon gave us that validation, and then you could see the reviews. We have 4.5 stars across the board. I mean, more people complain in a review than they like to leave a positive review, right? So it was validation. The people liked the product, the consumer, the growth that was there. We could actually show them that data. And like I said in the beginning, when they were not interested because we were potentially going to be on Amazon or Chewy, then now all of a sudden they are interested because they see the data that exists and with the positive reviews and the velocity, the turnover.
Yeah. I mean, I still think that it is like a legacy mindset about being scared of the internet and direct to consumer as a retailer. I remember, we had partners back in 2018 that were like, well, we can't launch online because like these other businesses will get mad about us. And I was like, that is not the internet is the future. And in 2018, the internet was huge already. Like, it's not like it was a new thing.
Right. No, 100%. And that was the thing. Like, we still today, we're trying to navigate and figure it out because you want to protect your indie brand that you build. Then you have to figure out how to launch into grocery and become an omni-channel brand and still, maintain everything that you have online for e-commerce. And it's hard trying to navigate these waters and figure it out, right? Because someone's always going to get upset about something that you've done and maintain your map pricing. That's the hard part too. So we have tried to keep that consistency with our pricing across the board, no matter what channel that we sell in. So it is always interesting. We are trying to navigate that and figure it out still today as we continue to grow.
Looking back, is there anything that kind of stands out to you, like maybe a mistake you made along the way that you'd like to share with the audience and be like, maybe learn from this and don't do it the way I did?
Yeah. Well, there's always mistakes, right? Like, we've made some mistakes just recently when we were producing a large order and we forgot to put our hang tabs on before. So we had to take 3 days to work backwards to put on 20,000 hang tabs. But that's us specifically. Yeah. That was a huge mistake, actually. I'm trying to think off the top of my head right now. This has been like jumping into the business in general there's been some challenges along the way. Originally, I was jumping into a male-dominated industry, from the peanut crop farmers to the roasters. And starting in my townhouse kitchen, I was just making these recipes by buying these peanuts at my local grocer. And when I launched the product, then I started buying 30-pound boxes of peanuts from a regional distributor down in South Florida. But I knew that wasn't scalable. So I had to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? And I noticed the actual roaster's name was on the side of the box. So I was like, I'm going to call this company and see if I can get them to sell me peanuts. And I called and I actually got the CEO himself on the phone. And I'm talking to him and I'm like, hey, listen, I make peanut butter for dogs. And he started laughing. And I'm like, he's like, I've never heard of this before. And I'm like, no, because it's new. And I said, look, I need to buy a pallet of peanuts. Can you sell me? He started laughing. He's like, I don't sell pallets of peanuts. We sell truckloads. And I said, well, I'm going to be buying truckloads from you one day. And he laughed again. And I was trying to vibe with him. I'm like, look, I'm from Georgia. You're from Georgia. And we were talking. So by the end of the conversation, he decided to sell me the pallet of peanuts. And today we buy 2 or 3 truckloads of peanuts from him. And we still laugh about a month. And so we still laugh about this today. But breaking into the industry as a whole was challenging. I jumped into an industry I knew nothing about. I don't have a pet food background. I didn't come from a corporate background. I didn't have like industry knowledge. I just jumped in head first and, started working at it. And I've been learning every day as we go and grow. So there's always been some challenges. Also, the other challenge I would tell you would be, originally we launched our 17-ounce jars. And from there, we were entertaining doing a different delivery method. We had looked at a squeeze pouch, but it was a tear pouch. And we ordered some, we tested it. But at the time, it wasn't working out because of the natural oil separation. And then it's not resealable. So it made it a single-use treat, which isn't going to work at the end of the day as a single-use treat. So 2 years later, we finally discovered, after listening to some of our customers in the DMs, the comment sections of social media, and they're like, we just want a different delivery method. It's kind of messy with the jar sometimes. We want to be able to use it while, on the go or training or traveling. And we ended up discovering the squeeze pouch that was resealable. Our product it's multifunctional because it can be used as a treat. It can be used while training, dog enrichment, pill masking, can be used as a food topper. The possibilities are endless there. So we have this squeeze pouch after listening to the customers. It's resealable, and just launching that squeeze pouch alone literally catapulted sales 4x in 1 year. So this squeeze pouch was a really good move. But yeah, early on, it was going to be a tear pouch. That was never going to work.
That's amazing. And kind of just talking about listening to your customers and kind of just pivoting along the way. With that, how much learning are you doing from the DMs and the poor reviews, like you said? How much does that impact the product?
The customers honestly are the heartbeat of the company. We listen to them because they help develop the product line. They tell us, they want the squeeze pouch, the different delivery method. That's how that came to be. They talk to us about seasonal flavors, limited drops. We'll do polls and DMs and engage them. Because at the end of the day, the customer really is the one. They're not just the buyer. They really are the co-creator, right? We want a sense of community. We want them to be involved. And that's what helps grow the brand more than ever, So the customers are a huge role in our day-to-day operation and the decisions that we make.
The reason I'm asking you that is because I'm going to now get on a pedestal and preach to everyone that they need to do more customer surveys. They need to do more. They need to do more customer interviews.
Yes.
They need to. It's wild to me the amount of businesses that we consult with that haven't asked their customers any questions recently, and I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
If they buy from you, they like you. They're going to answer some questions.
Absolutely. They like to be heard. Every time we do a post and we ask a question, we get tons of responses. And it's amazing because you sort through it and you see what can you do? And they do feel involved at that point more than ever. And that's helped even grow our social media channels and grow the brand as a whole. So I think it's very important, to engage your customers and talk to them.
I have been in business for nearly 20 years, and very few companies I have hired in that time have performed as well as Electric Eye. They have knowledgeable staff, and our project was delivered on time and on budget. Electric Eye has exceeded my expectations, and I look forward to working with them again. That is a direct quote from one of our clients at Electric Eye. Electric Eye is a Shopify Plus partner that has helped over 100 brands migrate, redesign, and optimize their stores since 2016. If you'd like to increase your conversion rate, average order value, and revenue per session, we are the true Shopify experts you've been looking for. Right now, we're offering a free diagnostic to qualified brands that reach out and mention the podcast. Visit electriceye.io today to schedule a call and send us a message. Find out why we have over 50 5-star reviews in the Shopify Partner Directory. Again, that's electrici.io, electriceye.io. You said something a little bit ago about just you have zero background, you kind of just got started. So if you could talk to yourself back then, what would be some advice that you would try to pass along?
I think all of us get in our heads about doing something, right? You're waiting for the perfect time, or you think that you don't come from the right background. You think you don't have like the funding, the capital that it's going to take to launch the business. You're waiting for this perfect time to start. And now I started this business at 40. Okay. I feel like I'm one of those people. I don't have the background, the college educated background. I didn't come from a fancy degree. I didn't come from industry knowledge. I didn't come from having big capital or any generational wealth. I had passion. I had an idea and I believed in myself. I bet on myself. And I just went out with the credit card and decided to see where this would go. And it's been the best decision ever. I mean, I've bootstrapped this the whole way by staying lean, reinvesting every single dollar back into the business. And it's been huge in like not needing any outside capital. Today, the company still remains bootstrapped 7 years later, and it's growing. It's working. I feel like a lot of people get nervous about starting. I think you have to start lean, start messy, learn as you go. I mean, it's like flying the airplane while building it, right? Like we did this jar by jar, day by day, flavor by flavor. And that's the way we're still doing it today.
Absolutely. And I think that's the advice all young entrepreneurs need to hear, or just entrepreneurs of any age. Let's be real.
Right.
It's just do it. It's like, what are you waiting for? Like you'll make a mistake.
It's going to happen.
Just know that.
Yes.
And then just move on.
Yes, you have to just keep going. That's what you have to do.
Awesome. So we've talked about this awesome natural peanut butter, the Buddy Butter. Where do I go if I want to try it?
So, I mean, we are a lot of places today. We obviously have our website that we sell on. We are all the third-party platforms, the Amazons, Chewy's, Targets, Walmarts, Thrives, and we're in 15,000 independent retailers. That channel is growing every day, and we just broke into grocery. So we're in Sprouts, we're in Fresh Market, and we are in Mother's Market, which is in California, and we are in talks with some other grocers right now. So we're really hoping to continue to grow and expand with grocery. But the next on the list to become a full omni-channel brand would be to break into some club and mass. And that's something that we're looking to focus on also in 2026.
Tamara, I cannot thank you enough for coming on the show today and sharing all of those amazing insights about the growth of your company.
Thank you so much, Chase. It was nice talking to you today.